I just got my copy of Daggerheart, Hope and Fear. So I am going to unbox it. But you know what else? I should probably, real quick, I should probably unbox the first Daggerheart. I've been using the PDF this whole time. I've never actually unboxed this properly. Well, I mean, I kind of have. I've opened this up. I just haven't opened up any of the cards yet. I'm just so precious with my books, but I should, like, I should really just unwrap it now. Daggerheart. All the awesome pages. I've read this game already, or most of it, you know, and I just have not partaken of the actual physical product yet. Okay. I've had this game for like a year. Almost. Not quite. I don't know. Whenever it shipped is when I got it. That's got to be more than a year, actually. No, they just did their year celebration. So, yeah, I've had this for a year. Haven't opened it. These are some cool-looking cards. This is the thing that I have not really had a lot of access to. Is how, I don't really know how... I don't really see all the cards in the PDF. So... extremely cool. Hey, I finally unboxed Daggerheart. Daggerheart officially unboxed. Now, let's open up the Hope and Fear set. I like that they're the same size. That helps. It's a pretty beefy product too. So, let's see what we're working with. And the trade dress is similar enough that, you know, you got the logo up here for Daggerheart, and then down here. Oh, hold on, it's coming through. There you go. Down here, and just the Darrington Press logo down here, but that's fine. You know, I mean, it drives me crazy, but everything does. I'm like just a crazy person. Awesome cover art. I have not really talked about that yet. Guy with a fire head. There's a bat guy back there. Some sort of stone dude. So are these elementals? Is elementals a part of this? I haven't really been following anything of the updates for Hope and Fear. I probably have a PDF somewhere in my email. I should go check that out. Ooh. That's cool. Very Minas Tirith-inspired city with a beam of light coming from it, and then the rivers coming down and some sort of, like, army marching towards it. That's cool. Ooh, are these character sheets? No, these are for monsters. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Not as many cards then. So, just 2 packs of cards, and these are slimmer as well. Assassin. So we got an assassin class, the brawler class. Yes, I did hear the brawler was coming. The Warlock, okay. Yeah, the Warlock was in the Void. I remember that. I remember the Brawler was in the Void. The Assassin, I don't really remember, but I believe it must have been. The Witch, Hedge and Moon, okay. Aetheris, which are Asimar. Earthkin, which are Earth Genasi. Emberkin or Fire Genasi. Gnome. I remember there was a big outcry from the fans that they didn't have a gnome. Skykin, which are Air Genasi, and Tidekin are the Water Genasi. All right, well, then what must be in here? We have backgrounds, or communities, rather. Duneborn, Freeborn. Oh, cool. Duneborn community, part of a desert, makes sense. Freeborn, part of a collective that once lived under tyrannical rule but is now freed. Frostborn, that's pretty straightforward. Hearthborn, humble origins, modest village or quaint countryside. Oh, good. I think this is nice. We didn't really have one of those before. Reborn, you were once a member of a different community that you're no longer a part of. Oh, that made it sound like they were like coming back from the dead. That's not that, but that's all right. They're wanderers basically, but they're not wanderborn where their whole community wanders. It's just they specifically are like exiles essentially. Warborn. Come from a place that is or was ravaged by war. That's cool. Ooh, transformations. Oh, yeah, I heard these were coming. Demigod, Ghost, Reanimated, Shapeshifter, Vampire, Werewolf. Cool. Oh, and then spells, of course. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. So those are the cards. That also tells me a lot of information about what I'm going to find in this book. But let's still crack it open. Hope and Fear expansion. Character options. Assassin, Brawler, Warlock, Witch, Ancestries, Communities, and Transformations. We just saw those. Equipment and Loot. Primary weapon tables, secondary weapon tables, armor tables, items, and consumables. Chapter 3, Adversaries and Environments. New adversary features, adversary stat blocks, and environment stat blocks. Okay, cool. Ooh, and the new campaign frames. That's the main thing I want to look at. And then domain card reference, additional sheets, campaign frame maps. Cool. What are the additional sheets? Let's take a look. 182. Okay. Ooh, Reign of the Weredragon Villain Builder. Oh, that's cool. They're prompts? Cut out the prompts, fold them up, randomly select 15 prompts. Oh, I gotta come back to this. Because that's gotta be related to... Yeah, Reign of the Weredragon is one of the campaign frames. So, okay, I'll take a look through because I want to look at this art. But I'll do another video at some other point about these other classes, I'm sure. Ooh, this is some gorgeous art. Okay, Juggernaut or Martial Artist, Executioner's Guild or Poisoner's Guild, Warlock is Pact of the Endless or Pact of the Wrathful, Play the Hedge, Play the Moon. Okay. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this part today, because I want to focus on... Yeah, what do we got here? Bug Boar. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, cool Mountain Troll. 2 faces. Neat. These Rabble Maws. Cool, we got a Poltergeist. That's really helpful. Red Caps. Ooh, got the soaking blood on their caps. Oh, no, it's Candle Wax. That's fun. That's interesting. Soul Shattered Mage. Spellbound Armor. Gnawtooth Gillbeast. So this is a Kuatoa? Cool. That's a good name for one. Great art. Waxwork Creation. What is this? A UFO? A large interdimensional jellyfish creature that floats in and out of the time stream. Great. Okay. Basilisk with feathers. Dire Pangolati. Huh. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Entombed Empress. Heck yes. What is she? Tier 2? That's not bad. That's interesting. Entombed Cat Beast. Tier 2 solo. Entombed Stonemason. Entombed Elite Guard. These are all Tier 2. That's awesome. Valden Hax. Ooh, so she's our little Baba Yaga equivalent. Ooh. Gross Wet Dog. No. A black-furred hound from beyond the veil of death that portends death and feeds on fear. No, buddy. Chimera. That's a great Chimera. Ooh, I like it. Deep Dweller. Psychic Lamprey that has pitch black eyes and toxic tentacles. So that's our Aboleth equivalent. Thank you for making him Tier 3. Oh, I appreciate it. It's not quite an Aboleth, but it's, close enough. Oh, Cryptomoth. So that's our Mothman from... Yeah. A large, red-eyed moth creature that walks upright and portends mysterious or evil events. So that's a cryptid from our real world. Not like a mythological creature, but like a modern invention, I suppose. That's interesting. Pain Priest. Oh, dear. Oh, I love him. Phoenix, Sandworm. Yeah, gotta have a Sandworm now that you have a Dune ancestry. Cephalith. So this is our... Cthulhu-esque domain, yeah. Cloud Titan, Cephalith Titan. A transdimensional entity in the form of an impossibly large winged humanoid with an octopus-shaped head and rows of glowing eyes. So it's a Cthulhu. Cephalith, sure. But they're all sort of classes of creatures that are similar. So kind of reminds me of the Hellboy universe in that way. Ooh, a Demon Lord, Burzug. So we got a couple Demon Lords. Dragon Mother, Fire Titan. Okay. So this is our Demogorgon equivalent. Dragon Mother, Mytira is our gargantuan 7-headed dragon with dazzling diamond scales that shine with every color of the rainbow. So that's our Tiamat equivalent. Not very subtle there. The Harbingers, ooh, they're like the 4 horsemen. Yeah, Harbinger of death, pestilence, famine, war. Cool. That's cool. I like that a lot. Is this biblically accurate angel? What is this? Supreme Demerge Adonix, the 4-faced angel from the hollows above who manifests in the mortal realm as a floating tetrahedron with numerous eyes and multiple sets of feathered metallic wings. Yeah, so that's a biblically accurate angel. Zero, the castle killer, are Tarask, a castle-sized bipedal reptile. Looks like he has a radioactive breath. He literally has radioactive breath. To have Zero charge up a nuclear beam. So this is just Godzilla. Hey, man. No shame. Okay, these environments are interesting. Abandoned mine, alchemist's abandoned workshop, cursed graveyard, hold the line. Ooh, cool. The party must fend off multiple waves of enemies for long enough for an ally to complete an important objective. Oh, cool. That is a neat problem-solving approach for that scenario. Raiding party as an event instead of a, like, what would it be? Stat block for a monster? This is cool. Deadly dungeon. Now that's interesting. It seems like you're doing a theater of the mind dungeon. Oof. That is tough for me to get behind, but I'd be willing to try it. Heist, see, that again would be tough. If I'm understanding this right, and I might not be. See, Masquerade Ball makes perfect sense as an environment. Heist, not typically how I run them, but it would be worth a shot. I'd be very interested to take those for a spin. Like, it's definitely a very interesting idea. I have questions about the execution of them. Time Court. Hell yes. The TVA. Basically, that's what this is. All right, campaign frames. What are these? Castle High. In a modern fantasy world, teenagers attend a boarding school in the clouds, sneaking out of class to fly brooms, explore floating islands, and save their friends. Sure, so in a modern world of knights and cars, wands and flip phones, there's no better place to study magic than the floating school known as Castle High. Drifting among the mysterious ruins of the ancient world and modern settlements that populate the clouds, the school and its surrounding hold secrets, danger, and something more sinister. A string of disappearances has recently plagued the school, and no one knows who or what is behind it or who will disappear next. In a Castle High campaign, you'll play adventurous high schoolers who take magic classes, explore sky islands, and search for their missing classmates. So it's obviously some Harry Potter, kind of mixed with sort of a Pixar-style approach where, like, this is just the world, and everyone's playing in it. Like, everyone's aware of magic. So it's more like Onward, I suppose. Reign of the Weredragon. In a land ruled by a violent Weredragon tyrant, heroes ordained by the stars to defeat her must rise to the challenge and defend their people. Once upon a time, in the peaceful land of Welvia, a powerful sorceress named... Oh, this is Jeremy Crawford. Yeah, Jeremy Crawford, Rowan Hall, who worked on this one too, Chris Perkins, and Spencer Stark, who also worked on that one. And this is James Hake, James Introcaso, Spencer Stark. Oh, so, wow, cool. So this is the one that those two are working on. Once upon a time in the peaceful land of Welvia, a powerful sorceress named Forlorn Lycona deceived the country's great dragon warden to absorb his power and rule the kingdom herself. Transformed into a weredragon by the powerful ritual that fused the warden's power with her cold heart, Forlorn now takes to the skies, feasting on all who challenge her and cursing innocent villagers to become ravenous weredrakes. The people called on the brave defenders of the realm, the knights of Welvia, to protect them, but the knights instead bent the knee to the draconic tyrant, allowing her to command their forces and leaving the land without protectors. In a Reign of the Weredragon campaign, you play destined heroes of Welvia, rising up against Forlorn Lycona and her knights to save this once idyllic land from the jaws of tyranny. That sounds cool. I like that a lot. Dark Heart of Andaluria. As the nights grow long in a land of rich wine and ancient superstitions, a band of monster hunters battles the creatures that stalks the shadows. Andaluria is a land of sleeping vineyards where beauty and dread intertwine. By day, the streets and valleys are alive with festivals, music, and the scent of wine. But when the sun sets, monsters come out to feast. For generations, the old superstitions and folk rites kept the beasts at bay, but nights have grown unnaturally long, and the citizens of Andaluria live in fear of increasingly terrifying monsters. In a Dark Heart of Andaluria campaign, you'll play monster hunters who must investigate horrific crimes, navigate political strife, and slay supernatural creatures to protect the people from eternal darkness. So, it's a Witcher. Cool. Hey man, I'm not mad. Journey to Horizon. And I know it is extremely reductive to look at any piece of design and say, oh, it's this, oh, it's X, oh, it's Y. But, like, obviously, we see the influence of Harry Potter here. This is giving me a little bit of vibes of a couple different things, but it's not so one-for-one as anything else, at least that I'm seeing. Like, I'm seeing a little bit of inspiration. Like, it reminds me of the tone of Dragonlance, even though it's very different. So that doesn't immediately make me think of that in the same way. This just makes me think of Witcher, and again, I have no complaints about that. Journey to Horizon. After a 1,000-year cataclysm, a fellowship of heroes embarks from their magically protected sanctuary to journey across a broken continent and resurrects the fallen goddess who can heal their world. Okay, so that immediately off the bat reminds me of Dragonlance, but let's see. Long ago, the vast continent of Aloran was home to wondrous landscapes shaped by the goddess Aurelia, wielder of the elemental essence called Tirana. But when her disciples' betrayal threatened to extinguish magic forever, Aurelia sacrificed her own life to call down the stars and purge the land of corruption. To protect her people from annihilation, Aurelia raised magical barriers that would last 1,000 years. In a Journey to Horizon campaign, you play heroes chosen by fate to leave their recently unsealed sanctuary and travel across a turbulent and hostile world on a quest to resurrect the goddess. Okay, so it's a little bit Dragonlance mixed with Fallout, among other things, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. So this is fun. This is, again, modern fantasy. Well, so what it is it's also Fantasy High. I mean, I didn't even touch on that, but yeah, it's Fantasy High. Oh, I want to read this. I'll read this so much more soon. Player principles. Cast spells, wear sneakers. Do your homework. Play in the clouds. Fly for your life. Feel like a kid. Search out answers. And then there's a mystery here. That's interesting. Reign of the Weredragon. Ooh, epic fairy tale-like, grim and hopeful. Okay, so yeah, obviously from the artwork, it is definitely giving much more Sleeping Beauty than anything else. That's interesting. That is not what I was expecting. Yeah, Black Cauldron, Conan, For the Queen, The Little Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty, Sword in the Stone, and The Wolfman. Huh. Interesting. What were the, look, as if I even need to ask. What were the touch points for Castle High? Hey, they managed to get around not using it by name. Kids on Brooms, Kiki's Delivery Service, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Little Witch Academia, Onward, I even called out Onward, The Owl House, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, and Slug Blaster. Yeah, 1 complexity, that makes sense. This is only 2 complexity, which surprises me, but yeah, I'm definitely seeing the Maleficent influence, so now I understand. So this is where the transformations are a big part. I see. Interesting. Cool. I'm glad they have a domain where, or rather a campaign frame where the transformations kind of matter. Although I imagine they're going to play a much bigger role in the other one, the next one. Curses, Astronomer's Revelation, Night Sky Reading. Interesting. So this is one where we have villains that you can, like, generate. Oh, man. I really want to do this one now. Oh, I do not have the time for a Daggerheart campaign. Oh, no, he's wearing a hat, and he's got, like, a sword with, like, a major crossguard. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, so this is Bloodborne inspired. I've never played Bloodborne, but I know that. 3 stars, or 3 complexity. Touchstones are Bloodborne, Castlevania, Curse of Strahd, Hellboy, yep, John Constantine, Hellblazer, Monster of the Week, that's the game that I'm running right now, I'm really enjoying it. Knights, Black Agents, Slayers, Supernatural, Vaesen, Monster Hunter D, Van Helsing, The Witcher, and World of Darkness. So yeah, you're playing monster hunters, hunting monsters. Oh, this seems really cool too. Can everyone just be chill if I just run a series of Daggerheart campaigns? I don't have the energy or time to do it, but I have the inspiration. Journey to Horizon, 4 complexity. Touchstones for this one are The Dragon Prince, Fallout, Final Fantasy VII, Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beasts, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, oh sure, Lord of the Rings trilogy, Lunar, and Willow. Okay, so it's 4 complexity. What are the extra mechanics that we should expect? It's a hex crawl. That's the added complexity. That makes perfect sense. And there's a random encounter. No, this is not random encounter. This is rumors. This table helps you generate an interesting hook for a region that you can use to flavor encounters or encourage PCs to explore New Valoran. Each hook is called a rumor because it could be any mixture of true or false. You decide. You also decide whether anyone in the party is actually aware of the rumor. If they are, consider how they might have come across it. They could have heard the rumor in the last sanctuary they rested in, bartered for information from a merchant they met on the road, or noticed something strange while traveling through the region. This is cool. Yeah, and then we have dice table for creating sanctuaries. Yeah, so this is the complexity. It's a hex crawl. But it's also folding in all these interesting tools that I really like from D&D. And so that's really, really interesting. That's really, really cool. How would it work to add details to the map in advance from session 0? I'd have to look into that. All right, let's look at those maps. I want to see. Oh, this is so cool. I want to know so much more. Journey to Horizon Doom Track represents the growing disasters that befall New Valoran if the party doesn't resurrect Aurelia. At the end of each session, mark a box from the party's tier or below. You can't mark a nested box until you mark the box it's nested under. Sure, that makes sense. Huh. That's another added level of complexity, but also, man, is that interesting. Oh, this is Castle High, of course. Of course, of course. Reign of the Weredragon. Dark Heart of Andaluria. And Journey to Horizon, which is a full-on hex crawl. And Marrowgate is where you come from. And Horizon is where you're going. Whoa, that's cool. That's cool. I just got so hyped just by reading the campaign frames, which is exactly what happened when I first read Daggerheart. That's the part that excited me the most, are the campaign frames. I'm interested to play the game too. I want to be a player, but man, I want to run some games using this system. And I think I still maintain Daggerheart would be a very interesting system for a superhero RPG, which is a topic for another day. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and until next time, go watch this video. That's wherever I'm pointing. And until next time, play fair. And have fun.